محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة من أطاعه فقد رشد واهتدى ومن عصاه فقد ضل وغوى ولا يضر إلا نفسه ولن يضر الله شيئا. أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كلام الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن أول بيت وضع للناس للذي ببكة مباركا وهدى للعالمين فيه آيات بينات مقام إبراهيم ومن دخله كان آمنا ولله على الناس حج البيت من استطاع إليه سبيلا ومن كفر فإن الله غني عن العالمين. أيها الإخوة والأخوات في الإسلام, as you just heard this recitation, that is about the obligation of Hajj. The first house ever to be built, which means for the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is in Makkah, which is same as Makkah. It is a blessed house. It is a guidance for all the worlds. There are many signs, clear signs. Among them is the standing or the stature of Ibrahim. The person who enters into that city, he comes into peace and security. And it is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala an obligation upon all the people to go to his house, Hajjul Bayt, provided they got the means to go there. And the person who becomes unthankful by not going, let him know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in no need of any person throughout the world, throughout all the worlds. So that is the ayah which makes the Hajj an obligation upon the believers, with one condition, that he is able to travel to Makkah. Physically he is fit to go there, and he got much provision with him to set on this journey. My dear brothers, all the worships of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are they are serving some purpose. As far as prayer is concerned, that is to strengthen your relation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The fasting to tell you or to make you a person who got patience, who can control his life according to Sharia. And a zakat, which is to strengthen your relation with your fellow human beings by helping them in the moments of their poverty and their struggles. And Hajj itself is a collective worship which covers the prayer, covers the fasting, covers a lot of sadaqah. Over and above, it is unique that you go to Makkah and then you see the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You go around it, you go between Safa and Marwa, you do your Hajj. That is not available anywhere in the world except in Makkah. So that is a great form of worship. And all four of them, they are for one purpose, and that is recognize your Creator, recognize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is just for one purpose, to strengthen your Tawhid, your belief in the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the main purpose, not to commit any shirk at all. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this deen right from the beginning. Some people say that the humanity has started with the concept of shirk, because right from the beginning there were the conception or the concept of so many gods. So the people started with shirk until they are guided to Al-Tawhid. That is wrong. That is a wrong concept. Why it is a wrong concept? The people, when they started worshipping many features of the nature, they started worshipping the sun, the moon, and then in different parts of the world, when they see the forces of wind, how they destroy, that becomes a god for them. When they see the water and the floods, which is going to destroy their houses, their crops, they started creating a god out of them. So why did they make this shirk? Because there was something dear to them. They don't want to lose that. If a person is very affectionate to his children, he loves them, so the love comes first. And later he got that fear that if I lose my son, if something bad happens to my son, so let me try to ask any deity to protect him. So the idea of a benefactor, the one who has given you some ni'mah and blessing, that comes first. So the idea of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as your creator, that was the first thing which has been introduced to the mankind. And because the people, they loved so many things and they fear to lose them, this is why they created so many gods which are going to protect them. So Tawheed was the original concept. Shirk came later. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent His messengers one after the other just to correct that path which people have taken away from Tawheed. The great symbol, in Islamic history is Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. The person who is the one who raised on the foundations of Al-Kaaba, the whole Kaaba. وَإِذْ يَرْفَعُ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْقَوَاعِدَ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ وَإِسْمَاعِيلُ رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. Ibrahim and his son Ismail, they are the one who raised the walls of Al-Kaaba. Who is that Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam? That great person, a single person who has on this right path, and who was the person who has to go through so many trials and tribulations which came to him just to make him a perfect person. وَإِذِ ابْتَلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ رَبُّهُ بِكَلِمَاتٍ فَأَتَمَّهُنْ قَالَ إِنِّي جَاعِلُكَ لِلنَّاسِ إِمَامًا قَالَ وَمِنْ ذُرِّيَّتِي قَالَ لَا يَنَالُ أَحْدِي الظَّالِمِينَ. So that is Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. He is the person who is saying to his father Azar, أَتَتَّخِذُ أَصْنَامًا آلِهَةً إِنِّي أَرَاكَ وَقَوْمَكَ فِي ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ. He confronted first thing his own father. أَتَتَّخِذُ أَصْنَامًا آلِهَةً. You are making idols as your God? I see you and your people in manifest error. كذلك نري إبراهيم ملكوت السماوات والأرض وليكون من الموقنين. And we have, in this way, we have shown Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam our kingdom of this heaven and the earth. So he becomes among al-muqinin, those people who got yaqeen. First, you must have the certainty about your belief, and you can stand upon it. So this experience through which he has gone through, that shows the fallacy of worshipping the deities and the idols. فَلَمَّا جَنَّ عَلَيْهِ اللَّيْلُ رَأَى كَوْكَبًا قَالَ هَذَا رَبِّي فَلَمَّا أَفَلَ قَالَ لَا أُحِبُّ الْآفِلِينَ. His people, they were the worshipper of the stars. As-Sabi'in, worshippers of the stars. And this worship of stars is known among the Greeks, among the Romans, among the Egyptians, among the Indians, among so many people. And I have said it many times from this pulpit that the impression of this shirk is still found in English language, where the names of the week, days, show the deities known as sun and moon. From sun comes Sunday, from moon comes Monday. Tuesday is after a local English god Twy. Wednesday is after a local god called Woden. Thursday is after a local god called Thor. Friday is after a local god called Frigg. So the impression of shirk is still there, even in the names of your days. But that is not the case with Arabic language. It is simply Al-Ahad, first day, Al-Isnain, second day, Thulasa, third day, Al-Arbiya, the fourth day, Al-Khamis, the fifth day, Al-Jumu'ah, Yawm Ijtima'in Nas, the day people, they get together. And a Sabt, which is a Sabt to cut off, it means that it is a day which comes for people to cut off their activities. But later it has been declared as something very sacred among Bani Israel or among the Jews. So the main thing is that Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam and his people, they were worshipping the stars. And Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam wanted to prove to them, as if he is making an argument with them. He has seen a very bright star. And then he said that this should be my God. But when it got set down, he said, La uhibbul afilin. My God could be my God could not be the one who can disappear. So I don't like those people, those things which disappear. And after that, then he speaks about فَلَمَّا رَأَى الْقَمَرَ بَازِغًا قَالَ هَذَا رَبِّي فَلَمَّا أَفَلَ قَالَ لَئِنْ لَمْ يَهْدِنِي رَبِّي لَأَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْقَوْمِ الضَّالِّينَ. And when he saw the moon appeared, the moon has risen and it was more brighter. So Ibrahim said, this should be my God. It is brighter, more brighter. But when it sat down as well, he said, no, it can't be my God. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not guide me, I would be among those people who are in error, in mistakes. And then comes the morning. فَلَمَّا رَأَى الشَّمْسَ بَازِغَةً قَالَ هَذَا رَبِّي هَذَا أَكْبَرُ فَلَمَّا أَفَلَتْ قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ إِنِّي بَرِيءٌ مِّمَّا تُشْرِكُونَ. Now the sun appears, more brighter. And he said, this should be my God. In the end, it has set as well. So here, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam got the master stroke. He said to his people, I got nothing to do with all the shirk which you are doing. The stars are not my God. The moon is not my God. The sun is not my God. إني وجهت وجهي للذي فطر السماوات والأرض حنيفا وما أنا من المشركين. I turn my face to who created the heavens and the earth. وما أنا من المشركين. And I am not among al-mushrikeen. I am Hanif, I am Muslim. Hanif means away from shirk, inclined away from shirk. That was the arguments which was advanced by Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. And this is how he established Tawhid. His father did not like that. And he said that, Ibrahim, if you don't stop doing that, I am going to stone you. لَإِن لَمْ تَنْتَهِ لَأَرْجُمَنَّكَ وَاهْجُرْنِي مَلِيًّا. And he said to him, go away, leave me alone. And Sayyidina Ibrahim left them. But he still said, سَأَسْتَغْفِرُ لَكَ رَبِّي. I am going to ask forgiveness for you from my Lord. So Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam is that example of Tawheed. And this is why he was chosen by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to become such a great personality, which is to be remembered with our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Whenever you say Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad, after that we say Allahumma salli ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. They both come together. That is the deen which Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he started by raising the walls of Al-Kaaba in Mecca. And within 2000 years, that house which was established just for the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was filled with idols. An Arab, Amr ibn Luhay, who went to Syria and he saw there people worshipping different deities, he was fascinated by that idea and he brought those gods, around 360 deities. So the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the surrounding area was filled with those gods. أَفَرَأَيْتُمُ اللَّاتَ وَالْعُزَّى وَمَنَاةَ الثَّالِثَةَ الْأُخْرَى. These are the three which are mentioned in Al-Quran, but there were so many. Lat, Manat and Uzza. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted for the last prophet to come, the most of the noblest prophet, the seal of the prophet, the chosen prophet Al-Mustafa, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The one who once again invited the people to the oneness of Allah, Tawhid. The one who has to migrate from Makkah because of the persecution in Makkah. The one who fought al-mushrikeen, so many battles, just for Tawheed. Not for the expansion of the land, not for acquiring more lands, no. It was just to establish the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then, in 8th year of Hijrah, he entered Makkah. He entered Makkah as a conqueror. And then he smashed all those idols. And he was reading this ayah, قُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقُّ وَزَهَقَ الْبَاطِلِ إِنَّ الْبَاطِلَ كَانَ زَهُوقًا. Say that haqq has come and batil, falsehood has vanished. And falsehood, al-batil, is there to vanish. It is not going to survive at all. My dear brothers, this is the Tawheed which is reminded to you again and again. In your prayer, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, all the time. In your fasting, as Allah said in the Hadith Qudsi, As-sawmu li wa ana ajzi bihi. This fasting is for me and I am going to reward for that. As-sadaqah, az-zakat. وَالَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ أَمْوَالَهُمْ ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ. When you spend your money just to seek the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in Hajj, it is so manifest. لَبَّيْكَ اللَّهُمَّ لَبَّيْكَ لَبَّيْكَ لَا شَرِيكَ لَكَ لَبَّيْكَ إِنَّ الْحَمْدَ وَالنِّعْمَةَ لَكَ وَالْمُلْكَ لَا شَرِيكَ لَكَ. So manifest. When you go there and you are saying that, oh Allah, I am here, I am here. You called upon me, you called upon all humanity to come here, and we have responded to your call. وَأَذِّنْ فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ يَأْتُوكَ رِجَالًا وَعَلَى كُلِّ ضَامِرٍ يَأْتِينَ مِنْ كُلِّ فَجٍّ عَمِيقٍ. That was the announcement made by Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. You respond to that. Then you do the tawaf of the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is a symbol. Throughout your life, you are just rotating around the Sharia of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is there any other house throughout the world where you can do that tawaf 7 times around it? No. Yes, people have started. They have started few things like this throughout the history, but that was shirk, and that was not acceptable at all. And then, after tawaf, when you pray 2 rak'ah of tawaf, these 2 surah which are chosen to be read, they are the surah of Tawheed. After Surah Al-Fatiha, in the first rak'ah, Surah Al-Kafirun. قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ لَا أَعْبُدُ مَا تَعْبُدُونَ. And in the second rak'ah, Surah Al-Tawhid, Surah Al-Ikhlas, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. So that is all Tawheed, Tawheed. And then the best saying which our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying, the best saying which all the prophets have said, you say it on Safa and Marwa when you start your sa'i. You say it in Arafah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, أفضل ما قلته أنا والنبيون من قبلي لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. So that is just one aspect of the lessons of Hajj. Revive your Tawheed. Revive your Tawheed. Tawheed does not mean just to say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And then you start invoking the names of someone in your dua. In dua only the name of Allah is to be invoked. No prophet, no jinn, no wali, none of them, their name should be invoked in your dua. That is the name of Allah alone. Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Rabb, Ya Qadir, Ya Muqtadir, Ya Kareem. You have to invoke one of the beautiful names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your dua. That is going to manifest for you your Tawhid. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي هدانا للإسلام وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. أما بعد، فإن الله يقول في القرآن المجيد: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم حبب إلينا الإيمان وزينه في قلوبنا وكره إلينا الكفر والفسوق والعصيان واجعلنا من الراشدين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أذل الشرك والمشركين. اللهم انصر من نصر دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم واجعلنا منهم، واخذل من خذل دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ولا تجعلنا منهم. اللهم ارض عن جميع المسلمين والمسلمات، المؤمنين والمؤمنات، الأحياء منهم والأموات، وعن جميع الصحابة والصحابيات ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. عباد الله يرحمكم الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم، ولذكر الله تعالى أعلى وأولى وأعز وأجل وأتم وأكبر، والله يعلم ما تصنعون. واقم الصلاة.